That's primo.
Tremolicious. And welcome to the super fun, awesome, happy time pedal shop.
Tremolicious is not a word, is it?
Maybe it is.
Anyway.
Tremololicious? Tremololicious. Tremololicious? I don't know. Did I say it? Yeah, welcome to the super fun, awesome, happy time pedal show.
Hey, welcome.
I'm Gabor.
I'm Alex.
And today we have the Chase Bliss Gravitas. And you have to say it like that.
You have 3 R's in it now. There's a typo, and there's one on the casing.
So it's a analog tremolo.
Yep.
So like all Chase Bliss stuff, it's got an analog heart with a digital brain. So your signal path and everything that's happening is all analog, but you have a highly digitalized abilities and stuff to control stuff.
Said
things.
Yeah, cool.
So, like all Chase Bliss stuff, you've got 6 knobs. You've got a drive knob, because there's a preamp in it, so you can give it a bit of chutzpah, as they say.
Yeah.
Which is also your ramp knob. You've got a volume control. You've got a tone control to make it brighter or a bit darker. You've got a rate, which is your the speeds, the rate of the tremolo.
Cool.
Then you've got the moji shape section, which is your it controls you've got the depth, which is the depth of the tremolo.
Yep.
You've got the sway. Now the sway means if you have a tremolo, usually it'd be the peak would be in the center.
Yep.
But with the sway, you can actually move the peak.
Sure.
So you can have it a shorter swell and a longer decay. Is that what you would call it?
Yeah, I'd call that.
Or vice versa.
Sure.
And then on the bottom you have your the shape of the wave.
Okay.
So you have the shape of the wave coming into the wave and the shape coming out of it. So you can make it a sine wave, a square wave, or a rectangular wave, ramping up into the trem, and then the same coming out of it. So you can have, you can have it going in smooth, going out, coming in smooth, going out, not smooth. If that makes sense. Okay. And then you have a tap tempo division switch here, which you can also set to, which works with your tap tempo button here. But you can also set it to flick between standard tremolo mode, which is just volume, or H, which is harmonic tremolo, which is more of a filter kind of tremolo, or you can have both.
Cool.
And then you have the switch in the middle, which flicks between, if it's set in center position, it does whatever the knobs say to do. And if you go to left and right, you have a preset. You can save 2 presets on there as well. Yeah. So, lots of talking, sorry. But in the intro, what I was actually doing is, it was a dual tremolo.
Yes.
So what I actually had it set up to, if I just do a little quick sound samplage. So there's actually 2 tremolos happening at the same time. That happens through this lovely thing called ramping that you can do on all Chase Bliss pedals. Now you control that with this first knob, the drive knob. So what ramping does is you have the dip switches in the back. And what you can actually do is you can turn the dip switches on and off, and you turn, basically each dip switch is assigned to one of the knobs. And if you imagine it, I think I did that in another demo, I mentioned it, if you imagine an expression pedal plugged into it.
Yep.
Now, if you plug an expression pedal into it, what you do is you turn each knob on to be, you let the expression pedal control the knob by turning it on and off.
Yep.
And then you can set it either, so it goes from the current setting, wherever it's set to now, all the way up. So if you have it on heel, if you imagine the expression pedal on heel, it's on the current setting. If you move it to toe position, it goes all the way up, or you can set it in the back with another switch to go all the way down. So it goes from, you know, whatever you set it at, all the way to 0 or all the way up to 10.
Nice.
And you can do that to each knob. So you can say, for example, you want, in this case, what I did was I ran the volume knob. So it goes from all the way on 0, so no volume, all the way to where it's set, which is full at the moment. And then there's another switch in the back, which is called bounce, which means it goes up and back. So now, instead of the expression pedal doing it, the ramping knob does it. So ramping does it automatically for you. So it's like a little foot there that does the expression pedal for you, and you set the speed of it happening. So in this case, I had it set so for example, if I turn the rate down on the tremolo, so now the tremolo is actually not doing anything because there's no rate.
Sure.
Or let's turn the depth down too. So no rate and no depth. So it's no tremolo. So right now, this is the volume.
It's just the output of the pedal.
The output of the pedal.
It's very fluffy.
So it's basically as if there's someone there turning the volume knob on and off because I've assigned the volume
like an
to ramp.
automatic expression pedal.
Automatic expression pedal. If that makes sense. I know there's lots of talking, but anyway.
Let's hear it.
So let's do you wanna? We'll switch over to you.
Yeah.
I should mention. So I've got my today my Squire.
Yes.
J Maskey's great guitar, great value for money guitar with some fantastic pickups by Mr. McBrearley here in Australia. If you get a chance, I might stick the link up to Brierley Pickups. Great pickups, really really good pickups. And you have.
I've got a Tompkins Custom, which is like a telly style thing, and it's got some rubbish on it.
With rubbish on it.
Rubbish on it.
Was that extra?
This is made by Alan Tompkins, and it's a really great guitar. It's got Rio Grande pickups in it, and
Well.
it's very good.
And there you go. Okay, so now let us.
Do you want to hear what the presets? Do?
Let's go to the presets. All right. So flick to
See
that.
what comes out of the box.
Yeah.
Now, can you tempo the preset?
Yep.
Like, so if I want to go slightly faster. Lovely, cool.
So by the sounds of it, that's a dual tremolo as well, because you've got the. Hang on, if we slow it down a bit.
There's the. And then
The quicker one in there, yeah. So you've got a dual tremolo. So you've got.
Yep.
Again, the volume is ramping. Okay, let's have a listen to the other preset.
it's kind of weird, but cool.
Well, it kind of almost sounds backwards because I guess that's the great thing with that is so you can set instead of it just being a tremolo, you know, that's just volume on, volume off, and then it either kind of gradually goes on or gradually goes off.
Yeah.
You can set it so in this case it gradually goes on. So I guess it's like a sine wave to get in.
Yep.
But then it's a square wave out, so it just gradually goes in and then gone.
Oh,
So it
okay.
almost sounds like you're playing backwards.
So if I play with little attack, it should be.
It sounds almost like you're playing.
Yeah.
Like it's a reverse effect, just
So,
about.
yeah, if you put like a big reverb or something behind that, that'd be great.
Well, let's do that. Hang on,
Or just,
I'll be back.
this is a genuine Fender reverb.
Genuine Fender Hot Rod Deluxe reverb.
Lovely.
Lovely. Well, there you go. Hang on, I'll be back again. Turn it down.
All the way over to there.
All the way over
So-
to there. So let's get more into it. Hang on, I'll just put my guitar down because I'm going to have to get down there again to flick all the dip switches in the back to normal.
Sure.
Just so we can have, so it doesn't just do silly things on us. Oh, if I can get in there. Oh, there we go. Hang on, let's use the pick. Sorry, we'll be back.
Just talk amongst yourselves.
Let's talk amongst ourselves for a moment. Okay,
Cool.
so I'd say we're back to normal. Okay, so now there's no ramping going on, so now it's really just what the pedal is doing. So then we can go through some of the knobs. So basically you have...
Okay, so there's nothing now because there's no rate.
There's nothing now technically because there's no rate, but the thing you've got with this as well is you have a preamp, so you can kind of almost give it a bit of a boost. You can drive drive your amp a little bit with it. I mean, if you compare it with the... So it's got because there's a preamp in it, you can almost use it a bit to crank the amp a little bit, you know, to give it a little bit of drive.
Yeah, cool.
You've got a volume control, so you can actually boost the volume quite a bit too. Which is great because a lot of time with tremolos, because you've got that volume fluctuation, it can actually kind of get lost a little bit, even though you're not necessarily dropping the volume, but because you have that volume fluctuation, you can it gets kind of lost.
Yeah.
Whereas if you can boost it, it's a great thing. And then you have a tone control as well, so you have...
Hoi.
Or you can go really... Get jazzy with it. Actually, it has that kind of jazzy sort of tone. Anyway, so you've got your tone control. Now we're getting into the rates. So rate and depth. So if we put that in the center and let's have it, let's sine wave it. Depth up there. Just a really nice subtle,
It's gorgeous.
subtle tremolo. But another thing you can do is you can get
Subtle's cool, but
well with anything Chase Bliss you can go well beyond subtle.
Yeah.
So what you can do now, for example, is without changing any of the depth or any of the rate or anything like that, we can change the actual shape of the wave, right? So if we, for example, we can set both to triangle. So it gives you a different feel straight away, or we can, if we set both of them to square, so it's a much more choppy kind of sounding. And then what you can do is you can set the sway, so what that means is the peak of it, so probably actually, let's go back to triangle, that's probably the best one, and full on depth. Almost swings a bit.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, a little, you know, sort of, instead of it being a triangle like this, it's now kind of moved over a bit, you know, so it's a little longer to go to peak and then quicker to go out of the peak.
definitely not an equilateral triangle.
No, it's not, no, isosceles. Okay. Now the other thing you can do now is
Killer.
the cool thing is so you can change the way the wave goes into the trem and the way it goes out of it. So for example, you could have a sine wave going out of it, but you can have a square wave going into it. can have a sine wave going in and a square wave going out of it. So, you can change it. That's the thing. You can really turn it into what you want it to be. Now, the other thing you have is here. You have this switch. You can either have it set to be your tap divisions, or you can have it, hopefully that's what it's set to now. Yeah, I think that's what it's set to. You can set it so it goes between standard tremolo, harmonic tremolo, or both.
Cool.
So at the moment it's set to standard tremolo. Now if we go over to harmonic tremolo, so harmonic tremolo is more of a filter kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there's almost like a vibe sort of vibe.
I see what you did there.
A vibe sort of vibe.
That's good.
So
nice.
instead of it being volume, it actually is more like a tone control. Like it goes up and down, it sweeps up and down in a.
Okay.
Or you can have both. So it does the filter sweep and the volume sweep. Beautiful.
Lovely.
It's a great sounding trem. It's
pretty cool.
I just noticed my foot's in there. Shouldn't be in the picture. Hello, foot.
Hello.
So it's a great sounding trem, and it's really, like with any Chase Bliss stuff, you can completely customize it. So you can, like I said before, with all the dip switches in the back, you can assign any of the knobs on there basically to kind of move by themselves. They're not actually physically moving by themselves, but you know what I mean. They're kind of, the parameters move by themselves. So you can go from crazy to less crazy and everything in between. It's and I should mention, you have this input here. So you've got an expression pedal input. So you can, like I mentioned before as well, you can plug an expression pedal in, and any of those parameters that you can ramp. Once you plug an expression pedal in, the expression pedal will take over. So the speed, the depth, whatever you want, you can assign to that. And on this side, you can hook up either an external tap function. So if you use a switching system or something like that, you can hook that up. Or if you have a MIDI to TRS converter, and Chase Bliss do kind of, they have their own one, which is an Empress one that they convert. They mod it. You can have access to 122 presets via MIDI. So if you use a MIDI controller, like a lot of people do nowadays, you can have one tremolo and have 122 presets. Not that anyone, I don't think, would ever use 122 presets, but I mean, you have the capability of having 122 tremolo presets on this thing.
Very cool, man.
So it's quite like all Chase Bliss stuff. I think they're sort of in their own kind of league when it comes to pedals.
Absolutely. It sounds great.
Cool. Thanks
for checking it out.
Thanks for watching. If you get a chance and if you feel like it, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. There should be a button somewhere. Or if you watch on GearTube, you can subscribe on there too, which is even better because GearTube is like YouTube, only better.
Without the cat videos.
Without the cats and all that stuff that you watch on there, all the crappy other videos. It's YouTube with gear only. Which what other reason do you want to watch YouTube for anyway? So make sure to subscribe. Also like our Facebook page if possible. There's a link below us.
Down below.
Make sure to click like. The more people like our pages and subscribe our page, there's only one, and our YouTube channel or GearTube channel, the more access we have to gear. So if you like what you see, make sure to like it, and we can get access to more stuff. That's it. I think that's it, isn't it?
I think so.
Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.
Thanks, folks. See ya.